क्यों होता है? जब दो चीज टकराएंगी तो एक्सीडेंट होगा। एक की मिस्टेक और दूसरे का इग्नोरेंस, या उसने उसको रजिस्टर नहीं किया तो एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है। Maybe negligence we can say. And other factors are pivoted on the transport on safety are driver's behavior, self-driven, e-vehicles these days coming, I think these are safe or no. Then traffic lights, visibility, traffic hazards, signs, signals, pedestrian crossings, speed breakers, traffic flow speed, and many more. Transportation only on hilly road is a very difficult and the very, I should say, very typical subject on hilly road. In this session, we have three learned speakers, one chairman. Oh, I can hear the sound of the bell. So now I would like to request our chairman, Professor Manoranjan Prida Saab. He is the director, Central Road Research Institute. Please come on the dais. Please welcome our chairman of the session. Please, sir. थोड़ी तालियां जोर से बजनी चाहिए, जैसे अमिताभ जी कहते हैं, अमिताभ बच्चन जी कहते हैं तालियां बजती रहें जब तक कि वो सेटल होते हैं. Now I would like to request our co-chairman and the speaker, Dr. S.K. Popli Saab. Dr. Popli Saab is an advisor, road safety NHAI. Please. तालियां फिर चुप हो गई, क्या बात है? Thank you very much. May I request our next speaker, Dr. Amit Kumar. Dr. Amit Kumar Saab, can you hear me? Please, sir. Dr. Amit Kumar is the Site EHS Manager, Alstom Transport India Limited, Kolkata, and he has done his PhD in environmental science. And today we are going to speak on transportation safety. And he will speak on deep dive safety audit for accident elimination and optimization. And our next speaker is Mr. Shri J.K. Bhatti Saab. Please come. Aye, please. Thank you so much. And now I would like to hand over the floor to our chairman, Professor Manoranjan Prida Saab, who will conduct this session before the lunch break. Okay? Sir, thank you very much. और थोड़ा सा एक तालियों से सबका वो करके उद्घाटन आप सर प्लीज सर द फ्लोर इज योर्स माइक दे दो भाई.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to thank Institution of Engineers India for this privilege to chair this session, a very important session on transportation safety. In fact, I have joined Central Road Research Institute as director just 1 year back. Before that, I have been working at IIT Roorkee as a professor in transportation engineering. And traffic safety is one of the area which is close to my heart. Largely, we focus on highway safety, but today we have 3 different speakers and covering different kinds of safety. The importance of safety, need not be highlighted. Whenever there is any train accident, the safety comes to the forefront, like where things have gone wrong, where is there any miss in the protocol. Then, with respect to the highway safety, we are all aware about the number of accidents in the country. In fact, I had a recent visit to Russia, where they were very impressed about our highway development, that currently India is the second largest country in terms of road development with 6.4 million kilometers. But then in terms of accidents, the records are not really impressive. with deaths close to 1.5 lakhs, total accidents more than 5 lakhs. It's a matter of serious concern. So sometimes I say that at least I have looked at the construction of Delhi Metro. The phase 1 was done very meticulously. Especially during construction, the safety measures were done very, very meticulously. So while we conduct any kind of training program, I say that for metro, there is a metro man. Dr. E. Sridharan, if you ask somebody who is the metro man, so everybody will say that Dr. E. Sridharan is the metro man. But there is so much of highway development, but we did not find any engineer who is named as the highway man. In fact, that's a bit of concern. I'm specifically pointing out for the highways. We do a lot of highway safety audit. So I believe that there are many things which needs to be attended to. In terms of safety protocols, many times people do believe that yes, I mean, suppose if it's a construction site, the construction site keeps moving and you believe that yes, if the safety is not attended to, I mean, it's not going to be much of problem. So it definitely requires that amount of seriousness. With that particular opening remark, I believe that today we have three eminent speakers with us. Sri Popli, personally, I have been interacting with him because of largely his engagement into highway safety. We have Dr. Amit Kumar from EHS, Environmental Health and Safety. For many of the multilateral funded projects, EHS is a very important theme, and he will be presenting the case study on Alstom. So we'll have different kind of perspectives, both highway safety, then with respect to the Alstom experience. Then we have a presentation by Sri J.K. Bhatti, Futuristic Smart Cities, Light Rail Transit System as Future Urban Transportation. So I hope he will talk something with respect to transport safety, with respect to urban transport perspective. I have been given the assignment that we have to close at 1:30. So I'll request all the speakers to stick to a timeline of 20 minutes so that we'll take up the question answer at the end of all the three presentations. So by 1:15, if all three presentations are ready, then maybe another 10 minutes we can have for question and answers. And in case you have specific questions, you can write a slip and send it to me so that I can collect, and then after all the presentations are over, we'll take the Q&A session. So thank you very much for your attention. And with that, I'll now invite Sri J.K. Bhatti. He is the first presenter, former Additional General Manager, Rights Limited. He will be presenting Futuristic Smart Cities, Light Rail Transit System as a Future Urban Transportation. So I'll also request Mr. Bhatti to introduce himself, a little bit about him, and also the presentation. And I invite you for the first presentation. Thank you.
First of all, I am very thankful to Mr. P.K. Singh, Director Safety and Quality from the Institution of Engineers. In fact, I have got opportunity to speak at this platform near about 15 to 20 times as a speaker, as a panelist, or as a moderator. But it is the first time that I am speaking on this 20th safety convention. And in fact, I have given 3 topics, and ultimately they have selected 1 topic because basically it was on EHS and transportation. So one of the topic, I will be speaking on futuristic smart cities, light rail transit system as future urban transportation. Before I start, I have been informed that I will introduce about myself. I am J.K. Bhatti. I have done BE Civil from Punjab University, Chandigarh in 86 and joined RISE in August 87. Then I was on study leave for 18 months and did MTech from IIT Delhi in Building Science and Construction Management. I was also nominated in USA and done executive International Executive Diploma in Project Management from George Washington University, USA. Then I did part-time MBA in finance because I was on study leave for 18 months. So if I deduct 18 months out of the 36 years, the balance is my experience in rights. I will, in a nutshell, I can tell that for 11 years, I have worked in tenders, highways, roadways, sidings, MGR systems, and 1.5 years I was on study leave, already told, and 4 years I have worked in airport and some runway works, and 8 years I have worked on integrated checkposts. I was associated in Indo-Bangladesh, Indo-Myanmar, Indo-Pakistan border. I was one of the main key player who has done the feasibility study, DPR designing for Wagah border, and I have also visited Pakistan and seen the ICP on both of the sides. Then I have worked 1 year in antenna radar building in Indian Air Force Works. 6 years I have worked in 3 metros. For Jaipur Metro, I was the person who was associated for 3 years, and it was 9 kilometers with 9 metro stations. I was also looking after as a team leader for Noida to Greater Noida Metro. It was 21 metro stations with 29 kilometers elevated. Then I was also posted as Pune Metro, and I have also worked Pune as a GC, where the other partners, AECOM, Sistra, and Aegis were there. Then 3 years I was posted at Ahmedabad, and I have worked in National High Speed Works, and some Conquer works were also there. Then I was again posted back to Gurgaon, and I have worked 1.5 years in railway electrification works, where this Bhatinda Firozpur section and Mamli Badi Sadri, that is in Rajasthan, were concerned. During period of 36 years, these are some of the trainings which I have attended in rights. Now coming to my presentation. The structure of, I will try to finish my presentation within 15 to 20 minutes. This will be the structure of my presentation. I will speak on smart cities, Indian context as well as the world context. I will speak on what is the background of the smart city and what is the need and objectives, what were the core infrastructure elements, what was the strategy adopted, and the coverage and how the finances were done by Government of India and the state governments. And I will also speak on Dholera, that is the first smart city which has been executed in India and in this Gujarat. I will speak on smart city that did wonders and that failed. And third, I will also speak on LRT as future urban transport system. Now this forum is basically environment, health and safety, and I will also touch upon this area, how the LRT is beneficial for environment, health and safety issues are concerned. And then I will speak on advanced mass transit system and what are the challenges, conclusions and recommendations. Now coming to background, if you go 200 years back, in 19th century, from 18,001 to 900, it was a century of empires. But I want to say that during that period, there was an empire of Spanish, Mughals, French, so many people were there, and this is known as the century of empires. And in 1815, mostly it was dominance by British. Now coming to 20th century, 1901 to 2000, it was a century of nations, and during this period, the number of nation states in the world was tripled. Now coming to 21st century, it is the century of states. Now here, if you go 100 years ago, less than 20 cities in the world, the population was more than 10 lakhs. Now today, more than 450 cities, population is more than 10 lakhs. Now how this concept of smart city has originated, this is the point in 21st century when the concept of smart city has originated. There was a study done by in the year 1997, that was the World Forum on Smart Cities, and they have suggested that the worldwide 50,000 cities and towns required to be developed around the globe. Now many countries, they have formulated their strategy that what will be the definition of the smart cities, how it will be started, but still there was so many confusion and there was no clarity on this approach. What should be the definition of the smart cities? Then what has happened? cities, now what will happen ultimately? As cities will continue to grow, it will face challenges and threats to sustainability on core systems. Hence, the smart city concept was originated here. I will try to conclude each and everything on my one slide only because the time is only 15 to 20 minutes. Next, need of the smart cities. If you see in 2011, when the census was done, it was found that 31% population, city population, it contributes 67% of the GDP, and it was assumed, it was estimated that by year 2030, 40% population may shift to cities, and it will contribute to 75% of the GDP. So with limited ecosystem, most of the cities may get choked. Then the government of India in 2014 approved 980 crores for developing 100 smart cities and renovating or rejuvenating 500 cities. It was on the assumption that it was decided that one city can accommodate 20 lakh people, and if they develop 500 cities, multiply 20 lakhs, 100 crore Indian population can be accommodated. Now, if you come to worldwide context, it was expected that by year 2050, the world population may reach to 990 crores. By that time, 70% of 990 crore population may shift to cities. This is the, basically I have told how the Indian context and world context. Now, what was the objective of this smart city? When Government of India had launched this in June 2015, the main objective was to promote the core infrastructure and give clean and sustainable environment, and also give decent quality of life to citizens by smart solutions. These are some of the, I have told that it was very difficult that how these smart cities to be defined, then they have listed some of the core basic facilities to be provided in the smart city, only then it will be assumed that it is really a smart city. These are the basic facilities which are required. It means they must, any smart city must have the adequate water supply, assured electricity, sanitation, efficient urban mobility, public transportation, robust IT connectivity, good governance, sustainable environment, safety, security of citizens, women, as well health and education. Now the government has adopted these strategies. The first strategy was, if it is on pan-city initiative, what does it mean? They have decided that at least one smart city has one smart solution. Whatever I have indicated in the last slide, they were saying that at least one smart solution should be there. And this is the foremost requirement. Then the second, it was developed that the smart cities can be developed firstly by preparing a plan on area-based development and then implemented. And third was retrofitting. It means upgrade the existing infrastructure and then you reuse it. The fourth was the redevelopment. It means if retrofitting is not possible, then upgrade or repair it to redevelop. And finally, it was also decided in case of greenfield cities, launch totally new project. These were the 5 strategic components which were decided at that time. Now coming to this, how this has come the 100 cities. During first, when it was developed in January 2016, government in first list has selected only these 20 cities, and then they have issued next in May, list was issued in May 2017, and these 13 cities were included, then 27 cities were included in third list, then the fourth list 30 cities, and the fifth list 9 cities. As you see in 5 lists, this list, total number of cities they have selected is the 100, and the names have been mentioned there. I have given a small, what is the progress of the main cities, Ahmedabad, Bhopal, Surat, Udaipur, Bhubaneswar, and Indore, these smart cities. Now, so far as how the finance will be now, how the finance will come. They have done the two things. One is the coverage and the financing. Coverage mean who will be the implementing agency. The government have decided the Ministry of Urban Development will be the government agency, and they have planned 100 cities to be evaluated in 5 years by Ministry of Urban Development, and they have also decided that there will be equal weightage. It means 50% of the cost of the smart city will be borne by the government of India, and the 50% will be borne by this state or union territory. This was they have decided. Then government have decided that let us presume 48,000 crores is required by the state government, then the 48,000 is required from the central government also. So they have initially adopted 1 lakh crore rupees shall be required. Now in each city, smart city, there is, if you know, there is integrated command control center. If there are 100 cities, then 100 control command cities are ICCs are required. In fact, what is the meaning of integrated command and control center? Basically, these are the nerve centers for operation and management, and they are responsible for controlling and monitoring of water and power supply, sanitation and traffic management, integrated buildings, city connectivity. They are linked to crime, criminal tracking network system, share online data and information data to smart cities, and the management of if COVID crash is there or people in quarantine, everything to be managed by integrated command and control centers. As on date, 80 ICCs are developed and 20 are in progress. Now, this I have given one example of smart city. If you see, it is located in Gujarat, and its size is 6 times bigger than the Shanghai, and secondly, its size is also bigger than the Singapore. The cost, it has 95,000 crores, and presently 86 has been completed. If you see this Dholera city, they have all these airports, seaport, expressways, that is Delhi Mumbai expressway is there. Then that it is also connected to dedicated freight corridor, then monorail, then there is a unique sensor-based system. These are the items which are provided in the smart city. And administration, this business center, it is located in 36,000 square meter area, and it includes all the development agencies are there, are command control centers, skill development. And if you see on the right side, the monorail, why they have provided, I have listed here, because it is naturally cost is less than mass rapid MRTS system. I will go in detail in the coming slides. So this is the one Dholera smart city which is already in advanced stage of completion.
Sir, we have
Now
5
I
minutes.
will,
5 minutes.
I will conclude immediately. Okay, this is the one example I am giving in Italy. This is the smart city. Why did they done wonders? The reason being that this is built on more than 100 islands, and there are no roads, there are just canals, and it has unique environmentally and historically, and there has set of services make city safer, and they have also provided a sensor IT and 5G, and it is livable. Now coming to smart city that did wonders, I have listed the USA, California. These are the 3 cities. The reason being they have having excellent management system so far as the water-based traffic concerned. They have automated meters and keep track of water usage, everything. They have smart sensors, kiosk streets. These are the items which are listed in the smart city. That is why they are doing wonders. Now I am coming to next city, that is the German and the Singapore. Singapore usually it is already 40 years ahead, and their engineers and the architect, they have kept 80% space as the future, and they have provided the driverless taxi system. And they have also provided the special drones. What they will do, they go 60 meter up to height, and they can, their engineers are equipped with powerful sirens and searchlight, and these searchlights are 10 times powerful than the car high headlights, and they are getting all the information through this, the special drones. Now, if you see in along this Stockholm, London, Paris, and Singapore, they are having rich in waterways, and they are using the robots. If I have given one example, and the robots is the future in these countries. Now coming to next slide, some of the cities, why they failed. I have given one example, Lavasa. Initially, it was designed for 250,000 inhabitants, but midway in 2018, only 10,000 has remained. Now, what is the root cause why it has failed? Because there were the political people involvement, and that has resulted in non-making approval from the government. Ultimately, this Levasa was failed in India. Similarly, Spain, I have given an example. If you see the total of Serbia, Germany, and UK, they have provided 20,000 sensor, and in Spain, they have, in 2009, they have provided 12,000 sensors. And what I am trying to tell here that if you are focused only on the sensor, then it will automatically fail. And this is one of the reasons that it was left in between, so this smart city was also failed. I have given an example of China. Here, what is the lesson learned for China? If developers not able to create a united team, not possible to attract investment, if you see this, I have given one figure, it is still in the planning stage and not started so far. Now these are, I have given some examples of futuristic cities. And then coming to next, I have given only one slide. Here I have tried to conclude that in India, we are using the metro rail, monorail, light rail, tramways, busways, regional RRTs. I have given one, if the MRTS is required, because when the passengers per direction per hour are 40,000 to 80,000, then MRTS system is required. I have listed everything where monorail is required. Ultimately, what I am trying to conclude in this slide is, above is the only guidelines. Ultimately, choice of mode will depend on overall feasibility of transport system, whether we should go MRTS system, monorail, or regional rail. Now coming to my topic, why light rail transit system is the future urban transportation. I have listed here, if you see the total cost of this, if I compare with the MRTs here, it is 40% less cost than mass rapid transit system. Naturally, light rail, it is less construction and operation maintenance cost, transmission losses are very less, and I have highlighted some of the areas why I am saying that it is best for smart city for less ridership. If you see on MRTS is sharpest curve requires 120 meter, wherever in a light rail 75 is minimum, and that is the sharpest curve required. If you go cost wise, the cost in light metro is hardly 150 to 200 crores per kilometer, wherever MRTS 250 kilometer. If you go to underground for MRTS, it is going to 450 crores per kilometer. Okay. Then for Neo Metro, I have written 70 to 80 kilometer. I am not going in detail due to scarcity of time. Now next, I am coming to, because this basically this convention is on environment, health and safety, then I have related my light rail transit system with this one. If you see what are the environmental benefits from light rail, I have listed 3 points. If you see the decrease of use of private vehicles ultimately will result in decrease in pollution and greenhouse emissions, so is environmentally friendly. And secondly, electric powered light rail reduces carbon footprints and meets sustainable development objectives. Hence, I can say that it also promotes use of renewable energy sources. If you see the Paris Agreement, lot of there was one meeting at Kyoto, foreign countries, and they have taken one decision, all the countries, developed and developing countries, that at least you should reduce 2 degrees centigrades globally. So if you see, it will also help the Paris Agreement. So these are the 3 basic points which this, how this will be beneficial to environment. If you see health benefits, LRT is comfortable, cheap, fast and reliable, hence is more productive, less noise compared to other modes of transport, and compact city planning, it will reduce sprawl and preserve green spaces and ensure protection of natural gravity. So as safeties are concerned, it is safe because we have provided ACS, CISF, and ACs, which give only 75% fresh air circulation and are sanitized regularly. If you have seen during COVID season, sanitization was also in progress. So ultimately, it contributes to vibrant, accessible, and environmental urban environment. If you summarize all these three areas, I can say that LRT system makes cities sustainable, greener, livable, and resilient both for present and future generations. Artificial intelligence system, if provided here, they will detect all traffic patterns, accidents, finally increase safety. Now coming to next.
Please wind up.
Only 2 minutes, sir. Next. The Kolkata, they have also proposed, the West Bengal and the SAR, they have proposed light rail system, and UP government, they have provided at Gorakhpur 27 kilometers, that DMRC is also planning, and the rail bus is being proposed for 50 cities. And this is the, I have given some photographs. This is advanced mass charging system. I have written that's how the future is electric. I have given 3 examples of this Germany and the Hong Kong and the Tokyo. These are the more examples of on future, how it will look in 2050. Future transport, Dubai is planning to introduce this flying drone taxi service, UK Rail is planning. Then these are Doboxy buses are planning, driverless buses. Next time coming what these are the challenges, huge cost, organization, then cost allocation and benefit to citizen, technology development. And lastly, how future smart cities not only be smart, but shall be sustainable and resilient is a big question. So this is the conclusion recommendation. Light rail transit system needs low capital cost, high reliability rails, I have mentioned. Hence, if light metro on need basis be opted at smart cities, then be a substantial cost cutting, and in parallel, metro shall also be sustainable. Thank you.
Now we'll move to the second presentation by Sri S.K. Popli, and there are 2 other co-authors, Sri Mohindra Sarad, Director, Co-founder, Unitrans Mobility Solutions, then Sri Kumar Rajesh, Joint Advisor, GIS, NHI, MORTS. I hope the other co-authors are present. Who will be making the presentation? Yeah.
Partly.
Okay. So maybe maximum 20 minutes.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So it's my long association with SQF, almost 18 years. And as far as my long career, is my colleague for 36 years in rights. I retired 6 months before him, and I'm highway engineer and road safety expert. After retirement, I am working with NHI as advisor road safety. So this year, my topic is totally different. Generally, I deals in the highway safety, means which is the external road network beyond the any complex, whether it is an industry or it is a housing society or it's even a mall. So this year my topic is safety within the complex, means where we take it casually that once we have entered into our complex, whether it's IIT or it is any industrial complex, we get casual and accidents have been reported. As in the case of some of the complexes my daughter had in Infosys, there they don't permit, they permit only bicycling. Or in SVNIT I went, they permit vehicular traffic only up to some extent, and then it is pedestrian only. But as far as the industry is concerned, in all those institutes, only one kind of traffic is there. Means it's a bicycle, or to the complex, it is, say, buses or the passenger traffic. But in an industry, it's all kinds of traffic which you see, means in the external road network, and it will be flying inside the complex also. So whereas the basically various risk cars are there. or accidents are happening. As my previous speaker has spoke, yes, accidents are preventable depending upon the behavioral aspects of the road users or the driver. But as in the highways, still we say we have to make our highways uh, safe to the extent, means we have to engineer the behavior of the road user so that it should be safe and forgivable. Driver will make mistake, but he should not lose or should not lose his life. That is the motto which I am thriving in the NHI also. So what are the key aspects which basically we talk about in an industry? It's everything starting from external road network to the basically internal road networks, its entry exits, its traffic management, its driveways, its pedestrian paths, it is parking, loading, unloading, drainage, signs, markings, lighting. So everything, whatever we cater to in the external road network, that also plays an important role as far as internal road network is concerned in an industrial complex, which we have to take care. So first of all, as usual, accessibility, safety, and security. In the complex, one should, all the departments which are in the industrial complex, for example, this was my last project before my retirement in rights when I got an assignment from the Nigeria Indorama Petroleum. And when they discussed with me that even the accidents and are happening within the complex, which I have never thought of, that accidents will be happening into that. And when I worked onto that exercise, even I felt that congestion is happening, accidents are happening, and that we have to take care. And my co-author, Mr. Sharad Mahendru, he worked on other number of projects. So that's how we have combined to make this happen, to write this paper. So basic things are safety in geometric design, holding lengths, parking layouts, pedestrian walkways, and traffic calming. So what is important? Access, entry, exit to the gate locations. If it's a big industry where you have to check the entry and exits of freight traffic will be definitely, again, then it will be two types. One will be coming with the raw material and other will be taking the finished product. Similarly, for the passengers will also be two types. Means it's a workers or officers working into that industry, and next level will be of the visitor. So we have to deal differently to all kinds of traffic, and accordingly we have to plan their access, entry and exit. It can be at single location, it can be at multiple locations, or it can be two different locations depending upon our requirement. Next is how to make our whatever road network we are going to create in the industrial complex accessible, means each point can be accessed depending upon its requirement. Some locations will be by the transport mode, another will be the pedestrian mode. So depending upon the requirement, we have to do that particular assessment, that how the traffic is entering from the entry, and then it is exiting, and wherever it is going, those should be accessible. That's how the road network is to be planned. Lot of my friends are from the industry. So my request is, please allocate sufficient land for this network. If you will allocate less land, that means there will be congestion, and ultimately that will lead to the delay. The whole state should not be like that. Lala's requirement कि आप industry पहले बना दीजिए जहाँ manufacturing होनी है. Please keep some space for my road network also. So accordingly, driveway has to be planned, as I told, for different exit points. We have to plan it whether it is for one-way traffic or for two-way traffic. It is for one-way traffic, then it's a cul-de-sac arrangement that trucks can particularly take properly U-turn.
Have a proper risk assessment and the method statement to avoid any kinds of accident. Control of contractor, for sure, there is the contractor, they are contributing more to the, they are more contributor for the any kinds of deviation. So just to control, in case we are controlling that deviation, for sure there is a accident optimization, accident elimination, we can do it. So more key thumb rule is contractor shall apply Alstom safety rule. Lockout tagout, this is the more common for all of the across company wise. It's one person, one lock, one key. The fourth one is the electrical safety. Electrical safety or LOTO, there is a minor difference we have, and might we be all are aware. Check absence of voltage before working on the electrical part. Means whenever we are performing any kinds of maintenance activity, we should have some kinds of check by the mean of the verification of absence of voltage VAV equipment, just to check any kinds of residual voltage there or not. Based on that, we can start the work before just to eliminate the risk. Yeah. So again, there is a 4 directive is there. Machine safety. Machine safety means any kinds of machine, whenever we are operating, we should have some kinds of safeguarding, like the primary safeguarding and the secondary safeguarding. Primary safeguarding means there is some kinds of physical barrier we have to provide for any of the rotating equipment, just to prevent access of the dangerous part. Secondary protection system, we can say like the warning or alarming system or emergency stop button, just to comply the local regulation and the company internal system. So rail vehicle movement, because we are performing the dynamic test of metro and the locomotive, and there is a risk of accident. So there is a governing system we have just to people for the maintain a safe distance from the operating vehicle, because if the train is operating under the speed of the 10, then 30, then 40, then 60, depend upon the length of the track, depend upon the length of the dynamic test track. So we should have maintained the safe distance for the operating vehicle. Work at height means basics, simple rule, hook whenever we are performing any kinds of work at height activity. Excavation work means we should have provide a hard barricade all across the opening area, just to prevent falling from the height, or just to falling on the any kinds of opening places. So lifting operation, again there is a major risk whenever we are performing any kinds of lifting operation. So we should have some kinds of governing mechanism, maintain a safe distance, or do not go underneath of the lifting load or fixed suspended load. The side vehicle movement, whenever we are operating the forklift or side vehicle, there is a safe distance we have to maintain. The 2 meter means if the industrial layout allow to maintain the 2 meter distance, or else we should have some kinds of contact between the pedestrian or the driver, just to avoid any kinds of accident. Confined space, very limited. These are the potential area where there is some kinds of accident can happen. So permit to work is the one of the key parameter and the one of the key thumb rule to avoid any kinds of accident. Hazardous material means whenever we are storing any kinds of hazardous material, we should have some kinds of infrastructure point of view or industrial point of view. The rooms should be isolated from the 15 meter from the occupied area, or else we should have some kinds of proper ventilation, flame-proof lighting, secondary containment we have to provide. So just coming to the main part, which is related to deep dive. Again, just I'm repeating once again, this case study we have started in the 2020, when there was some accident was happened, which was alarming to our management. So at the factory level, we have decided how we are going to eliminate that accident. We make a group of the people where we involve line manager, the production manager, and the worker who are directly involved in this high risk activity. So what exactly we did it? There is a series of plan, total more than 40 workstation we are having, where the welding activity, the fitting activity, the painting activity, the salt blasting we are performing. We make a group of people, those are expert, those are directly involved in the particular station, and those group are responsible to identify the major gap of the particular station. Gap means whether it's related to risk assessment, whether it's related to method of statement gap, whether it's related to lifting operation gap. All the risk has been listed out, jotted down by the team. And there is a management meeting which was happening on the weekly basis, just to check total number of deviation for the each station, and what is the corrective action as a interim action or long-term action we are going to take in place to avoid the further reoccurrence of any accident. So the problem is, during the financial year 2021, there was a work-related injury is reported. This was alarming situation for the Alstom management. The final solution we already discussed on that one. Though we just choose a group of people, those are directly involved in the high-risk activity, and the weekly review which we were performing with the management. The ultimate result is the zero accident, when the total number of deviation we captured, we were close. There is a certain timeline we have taken just to as a part of the short-term solution, as a part of the long-term solution, and finally we achieved zero accident in the 2 financial year. Second, 2.6 million safe man-hour we have achieved after this implementation of deep dive safety audit system. It's a AZDP, means it's a one kinds of safety compliances we can say. It's a 96% we have achieved. These are the journey where we have started, where we found some kinds of gap, and based on that there is some kinds of system we have implemented. On the right side there is a red box is there. You can see financial year 1920 there is some accident was reported. Lost time accident, it's not a fatal accident, it's a lost time accident was reported. ORI means other recordable injury, means any kinds of accident where the people are coming within the shift. Either suppose the people are coming after taking some kinds of treatment of the outside of the factory, and they are resuming the job in the same shift, which is categorized as a other recordable injury, or you can say first aid injury below to the lost time accident. So you can see there is a financial year 1920 and the 2021 there is some accident was reported, and on the left side initially the compliances level was the 35%. Then we started the weekly review with the management. We captured all the deviation, and we started closer with the giving the assignment to the all of the stakeholder. And finally, on the month of September 20, it was the compliances level was the 63. Now we increase in the December 20, it's 82%. In the September 21, September 21, it was the 97%. Finally, the ultimate result is zero lost time accident, zero other recordable accident. So these kinds of achievement we have obtained after implementation of these kinds of basic thing, which is known as the deep dive audit, or you can say basic safety. And finally, result is the 2.7 million safe man-hour. Actually, in the last slide, it was not updated. It's a 2.7 million up to the August, end of August 23. 9-18 days without lost time accident. These are the case study, and it's really appreciable among the group. In fact, they have horizontally deployed to the other factory as a part of the good practices. So thank you all. Since I am just completed within the timeline. Yes. Okay. So just I'm giving a floor to the people. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Amit. Yeah. Now we'll open up for question and answer for next 10 minutes. And you can come to the podium, those who want to ask a question. I think so everybody can see you.
Sir, my question is addressed to Dr. Popli. I was going through an article regarding road safety, in which the different modes of transport were mentioned, and the author went on to the extent saying that if you have to travel by road on an overnight journey through sleeper coaches, kindly desist from it. So what is your take on this? Because he even went on to say that, I mean, you should never undertake such kind of journey, considering that India is the capital of road safety incidents, even elaborated by Dr. Nitin Gadkari, saying that more than 1 lakh road safety deaths take place in India. So what's your take on that?
Thanks for the question. Basically, if you say it's more towards the operational part than the infrastructure part. And because when it is sleeper bus, the CG of the bus means its height gets increases, and ultimately it affects the center of gravity that leads to overturning and other things. That's why it has been advised not to take up journey in that kind of buses.
So you agree with this?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I mean,
definitely. Thank
because
you.
many corporates have a directive that you should not undertake a road safety, a road journey, particularly after 8 p.m. There are numerous examples
So
in
these
private
are
sector.
other reasons regarding night journey and other things. Those are the other reasons, nothing to do with the bus, because other reasons are there. Thank you.
Okay,
Next
thank you.
question, please.
Any? Yeah, you can speak from there.
मेरा क्वेश्चन है मैं एक्चुअली
Please introduce yourself.
माय नेम इज ऋषि कुमार एंड आई एम फ्रॉम स्टैक संगाई टनलिंग इंजीनियरिंग. मैं ट्रैवल बहुत करता हूँ बाय रोड. व्हेन आई वाज पोस्टेड इन मुंबई आई एम ट्रैवलिंग फ्रॉम मुंबई टू गुड़गांव बाय माय कार, माय जीप ओनली. सो मैंने क्या देखा है कि एंड मैं अभी पूर्णाचल एक्सप्रेस से भी गया. तो जब वो स्टार्ट हुआ था, जब उसका इनॉग्रेशन हुआ था, तो उसके बाद मैं गया तो मैंने देखा कि बहुत सारे जानवर जो है वो बीच में मरे हुए हैं. एक बार मैं कोटपुत्ती की तरफ से आ रहा था एक नाइट इंस्पेक्शन करके कोटपुत्ती इंडस्ट्रियल एरिया में, तो अचानक एक नीलगाय मेरी गाड़ी के आगे आ गई और वो मेरे बोनट पर बहुत सीरियस एक्सीडेंट होने से बच गया. हम लोगों को कुछ नहीं